Hi, welcome back to Bible Time. We're going to be reading a little bit more about Paul today out of the Read With Me Children's Bible. You can find these stories in the book of Acts in the Adult Bible. Today we're reading Paul Sails for Rome. Paul and some other prisoners were put on board a ship sailing for Rome. So again, he's a prisoner. The Bible tells us that Paul was imprisoned many times for sharing the good news of Jesus Christ. So now he's put on a boat and it's sailing for Rome, a city that was far away. Before very long, the ship was caught by a storm. It had the force of a hurricane. The men tied ropes under the ship to hold it together. They were afraid it would get stuck on the sandbars. They lowered the sea anchor and let the ship be driven along. The storm was terrible. On the 14th night, the sailors had a feeling they were approaching land. 14 nights, that's a long time to be in a terrible storm on a boat. They were afraid the ship would crash against the rocks. They dropped 4 anchors from the back of the ship. They prayed that daylight would come. Just before dawn, Paul tried to get to them to eat. For the last 14 days, he said, "You have gone without food. I am asking you to eat some food. You need it to live. Not one of you will lose a single hair from your head." All of them were filled with hope, and so they ate. When daylight came, they saw a sandy beach. They decided to run the ship onto the beach, but the ship hit a sandbar and wouldn't move. The commander ordered those who could swim to jump overboard and swim to land. The rest were supposed to get there on pieces of the ship. That is how everyone reached land safely. And the Bible tells us that many times Paul was shipwrecked, just like this. His boat broke down and he was off on an island on his own. There were a lot of times when he was there that he wrote more of our scriptures to tell us about the adventures that he had sharing the good news of Jesus with others. Paul traveled all around, and you know what? He never was afraid to share Jesus. And I hope that as we are going different places, that we're showing Jesus by the way we're behaving and being like Paul, not afraid to share Jesus with everyone. Because you know what? You can be a missionary too, just like Paul.